Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's another wonderful day here in Florida, and you know, I just can't stay inside anymore. It's time to be out and meeting people and having a good time. There's no reason to sit back and reminisce listening to your rock and roll and thinking about, you know, concerts you used to go to. But you know, since I was doing that, and that did happen, it got me to thinking, when I was growing up, rock and roll was king. And you know, it made me remember when rock and roll was king. And so, I guess you already know what this is. It's time for another Remember When. This one is, remember when rock and roll was king? Oh, I bet many of you do. And I'm not talking Elvis rock and roll or Chuck Berry rock and roll. I'm talking, you know, the good stuff. You know what I'm talking about. Green Day, Metallica, I'm talking Ozzy, I'm talking Rolling Stones, I'm talking everything that made rock and roll history, man. All the way up into the new kids like August Burns Red and you name it, man. There was a time when rock and roll was the only thing you heard when you turned the radio on. Not anymore. It's pippity poppity pop sugar time always, and symphonic electronics, and just amazing going into the future crap, right? But I thought I'd take you down here to the historic Ritz Theater. This has been one of the hottest venues in Tampa since the 1960s. Oh, it's had many reincarnations. It's never closed its doors permanently. It's still the premier rock and roll home for Tampa Bay. But, I don't know, let's take a look around. It's starting to fall into a sad state of repair, simply because, you know, rock and roll ain't king anymore. Huh! Let's do this. Now I have to say I'm a little biased. Not biased, but biased. I've enjoyed many a good show here at the Ritz Theater. It's been special to me. I came here when I first embarked on a life in Florida. And then later on, after many years of coming here and enjoying live shows, I had my son and stopped going out and really didn't get to visit this place as much as I used to. Kind of changed, had its different reincarnations. Was a heavy metal place, was a place that you would go and mosh, and you know, and it made all the normal transitions from hardcore rock and roll to headbanger rock and roll to, I don't know, pop rock, whatever you want to call it today. But I mean, I came here when I first came to Florida, and I had the honor of being able to bring my son here with me when he became a teenager. We saw Marilyn Manson here, and later on, many years later, we saw August Burns Red here. And so whenever I pass by the Ritz Theater, it actually has a special place in my heart. Not only because, I mean, I had some rip-roaring, drunk-ass, ridiculous times inside this place before I came with my son, and then some really cool times when I did come with my son, and I wasn't drinking. So it is true that you actually don't need alcohol to have a good time. We didn't do anything except enjoy the music and the live show, and it was spectacular, like I like to say. But, you know, I mean, look at this place. Chandelier, I mean, it had the ambiance, it did everything. They headbanged here, you name it, they did it. But let's take a look around. It's kind of closed right now. They haven't reopened yet. It'll be probably another month or so before they allow a show to go on in this place. As you can much imagine, this is not one of the city's favorite venues. There was a history of drugs, but they cleaned it up. There is a history, unfortunately, of violent tendencies, shall we call it, because, you know, when the beat of the rock and roll starts driving and you head slam with the guy next to you, there's a very good possibility that somebody may take it personally. So I could see, if you're in law enforcement, why this wouldn't be one of your favorite places. I don't want to say. I may know someone that was dragged out of here 1 or 2 times for being disorderly, but, you know, quickly recovered his senses once dragged into this particular lobby area and threatened with, you know, incarceration. But I don't know who that guy is, but they straighten up quick once you get out to the lobby. Your head clears. It's like an epiphany. All of a sudden, you can't hear the music. You're detached from the alcohol. All you see is badges and clubs. Oh man, all of a sudden you regain your common sense, right? Let's take a look around. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see who's coming. Maybe you guys know some of these bands. Unfortunately, I have to admit, I am ashamed of myself. I actually don't know. I can't even say any one of them. But let's see who's coming to town. All right, let's see what we have here. Milky Chance, Mind the Moon tour, coming March 26th. That was canceled. What's up next? Breath Carolina, Dead the tour. When was that? 3/7? That was canceled. Don't know who they are either. Next up, Heckler. Oh man, February 3rd, canceled. I would like to see him. I mean, this one looks pretty cool. I'm not quite sure who Heckler is, but custom appearance show too. Damn, never happened. Last on the list, oh wait a minute, there's another one too. What do we have here? Brian Fowling and the Howling Weather, March 17th. Canceled. Oh man, a lot of good people lost a lot of money, and a lot of young people lost out on a really good time. But last but not least, what do we have? Not really a rock and roll show. Hip hop with Heist, OB7. Let's see. Friday and Saturday in the Red Room. Oh, I guess they split it up. This place was pretty big. But there's a little taste of the dynamic talent they used to have here and would have had here this year had it not been for, you know, that thing that happened. The thing that wouldn't leave. Now at a theater near you. I guess my boy DJ Heist is bigger than I thought. A lot of people down here know him. I was walking around talking, I was making fun of him, and people heard me. They came over and they're like, he's a big deal. He's very well known here in town. So my apologies, sir. I mean, he does have a very hot looking entourage, I will admit. But Reenie's better looking than that. I mean, you know, I got a hotter entourage, right? Yeah, let me know in those comments down below. See how special this place can be? It knows how to survive. It knows how to transform itself. It knows how to keep growing. If it's rock and roll, it embraces rock and roll. If the new thing in town is hip hop, it's hip hop. If it's headbanging, it's headbanging. If you have a Ritz Theater or a Ritz Theater type venue in the town you come from, that only holds around, I don't know, probably under 1,000 people. But you can't let it die. You can't let a place like this pass away. You have to fight, you have to support it. Look, it doesn't matter whether you like every single show they have, but when you come out and you show the love, you know, show the love, man. It keeps it alive. And you may not want it today, but maybe tomorrow when you have a kid, you want to come down and show them what it was like when you were cool and that you still understand what it is, you know? You can still respect DJ Heist, you know what I'm saying? I do. Let's finish taking a walk down memory lane, we'll call it, and enjoy a little bit more of the theater before we get out of here. I'll let some of the locals educate me on my boy Heist here and school myself. You know I like to be on the current. Man, me and this trio over here, we're good friends. Many a drunk night, it's what held me up. It's my buddy. I remember telling it, I love it. That's how long this tree has been here. Trees are a wonderful thing, aren't they? Well, I hope you enjoyed your walk down memory lane. Man, that's a hard one for me. Have you noticed? I goofed that one every single time. Memory lane. I can never get it out on the first take. I'm going to stand in front of the mirror and say memory lane 1,000 times. Children are wonderful. The amazing Ritz Theater, a piece of rock and roll history. Come to Tampa. People would love to talk about this with you. Take you to a show here even. Come on down, I'll take you. But you know, what's the most important thing to me always? Oh yeah, what you guys think in those comments down below. Do you remember when rock and roll was king? I mean, not Elvis, and maybe not even the Rolling Stones, but the rock and roll of your era. I mean, unless you were born in the last 10 years, there was some rock in your history. We all don't want to admit it. We call it our past or our parents' music, but rock made this country what it is. Rock gave us the musical freedom that we enjoy today. And places like the Ritz Theater here behind me, without them, we would never be enjoying that freedom. They stood up, they got shut down, they got raided, their owners were arrested, it cost them a ton of money in legal fees. They always fought for what was right. They always fought for your First Amendment rights. See, rock and roll is part of that First Amendment history. And I think when we lose it completely, we're going to lose some of it. Because you see how they have all these things on the internet where, you know, net neutrality and all that, where we're still fighting to protect our freedom of speech because, you know, we're losing our rock and roll soul. We're losing our rock roots. It's our rebelness. It's our big, you know, middle finger to the man. Now we're kind of digitally controlled. You know, if they shut the internet off, oh my God, nobody knows what to do. But back in the day, you know, you grabbed the generator and not even, you had some acoustics and you went to town and you made your own good time. But today, they control you. All you gotta do is shut off your phone. You don't know where to go and anything to do, right? You're locked up for 14 days. Y'all lost your mind. Well, I hope you enjoyed my Ritz Theater. Yeah, I call it my Ritz Theater because I have so much history here with this particular venue. I feel like a piece of it is mine. My son, me, Rini, we've all enjoyed some form of entertainment here from the 1980s up to the 2000-somethings. But you let me know in those comments down below. You got a Ritz Theater? You got great memories? Did you support it? Do you support it? You know, I still come here and buy a ticket and don't go if I don't know who it is. But I'm definitely going to check out DJ Heist, to be honest with you. I hear so many good things about it that I think it's definitely the kind of dude I can get into. And he doesn't look that much younger to me, to be honest. So, as always, comment, like, subscribe. Oh yeah, look at that number. It's getting close. I'm gonna be on a plane soon. Not that I'm thrilled about that, but I don't see any way to avoid it, my friends. Love ya. See y'all in the next one. Go buy a ticket to your local Ritz Theater, even if you're gonna go or not. Hey, and if DJ Ice comes to town, I highly recommend you go check him out. I haven't seen him yet myself, but I only hear good positive things about him. Oh man, Tree. We love you, Tree. We remember how good you were to us. Still here for you. Bye.